Welcome to Trey and Ian's Broadway show. A new trailer has dropped for Schmigadoon Season 2, and we're going to break down all of the Easter eggs and references that we can see in the second season of this musical parody show. Now, we start off with some B-reel of the real world and moments from the first season's golden age aesthetic.
Please, just for God's sake, talk about Pippin. That is why we're here.
We'll get to the Fosse. You'll get your jazz hands, okay? We'll get to Pippin. Anyway, after we get our first look at the city's new sign, we hear a ramp that is similar to the Magic to Do ramp from Pippin. Our first actual shot of choreography is actually a reference to the opening of Pippin. Bob Fosse started this show with disembodied hands floating on a black background. Titus Burgess strikes the iconic leading player pose with hands out and leaning back on a single heel. The costumes are reminiscent of Bob Fosse's film adaptation of Cabaret, including many people wearing Bavarian-style clothing. Burgess reinforces his role as the leading player by providing narration, for which Cicely Strong's character noted was popular of musicals of this era, such as the leading player in Pippin and the MC from Cabaret. Key notes that the narrator is peppery, which is a common trait of narrators of this era. This next shot is ripped right out of Fosse's Cabaret movie. Dove Cameron is seemingly playing a version of Sally Bowles. We hear another tribute to Fosse through the melody of Hey Big Spender from Sweet Charity. The costumes in the bar running across the stage are elements that are iconic to this number from Sweet Charity. Now, this is the meta part of the trailer that I absolutely adore. As someone who doesn't particularly like Golden Age musicals, I'm excited to see them parody these darker, more violent, and more sexual pieces of theater.
Okay, we're not just going to sit here and just bypass that like you didn't just throw a shot at Golden Age musicals, okay?
They're all about an independent woman that needs to learn to be less independent and submit to her man, and that man needs to be a little bit less of a misogynistic, complete asshole. They're all terrible. They don't have anything valuable to say.
They are dance happy. The dresses are beautiful. Yes, it can be a little bit misogynistic with the women, okay? I'm not arguing you about that. But the dresses.
I can agree with you about the dresses, and sometimes they do have good music. During this sequence, we get our first look at Broadway icons Kristen Chenoweth and Alan Cumming of Wicked and Cabaret fame playing Miss Lovett and Sweeney Todd. We also get a shot of Broadway's greatest triple threat, Ariana DeBose, as the MC from Cabaret. This is particularly exciting for me because this is one of, if not my favorite character in musical theater history. Then the trailer starts to give us an idea of the plot of the season, which seems to reference Chicago most extensively. Key gets accused of murder and sent to jail. We also get an establishing shot that I absolutely adore that pays homage to two of the greatest musical theater writers of the era. We see Herman's Hummable Tunes and Candor Absinthe Cafe. Now, I love this Herman reference because Jerry Herman wrote music for musicals such as Hello Dolly and La Cage aux Folles, and he was known for having kind of lighter, more hummable melodies than some of his contemporaries, most notably Stephen Sondheim. And in a Tony's acceptance speech, Herman declared that his victory was proof that audiences still craved hummable tunes. Many took this as a direct shot at Stephen Sondheim. We also see the Candor Absinthe Cafe, which is a clear reference to the composer John Candor, who wrote the music for Cabaret and Chicago. The dance sequences in jail uniforms is another reference to Chicago. As Strong declares that these musicals don't have happy endings, we see orphans dancing around in a clear reference to Oliver and Annie. And then we get a great parody of Hair, the hippie musical, which seems to be led by Aaron Tveit. We are also introduced to Jane Krasinski's character, a slimeball lawyer who is defending Key. This is an obvious reference to the morally adrift lawyer Billy Flynn from Chicago. We also get a parody version of Magic to Do that tells us what's in store for the show, just like the lyrics in Pippin.
History and magic, and things that are tragic.
We also finished the trailer with character shots, of which I'm most excited about Hadestown alum Patrick Page joining the cast. We also get a series of shots that pay homage to choreography from the different shows. So first we have Cabaret, then Hair, Annie, and finally Pippin. And then we finish off with a joke from Anne Harada's character, who is seemingly a reference to Fräulein Schneider, the owner of the boarding house from Cabaret. And finally, we end the trailer with a shot of one of Bob Fosse's Sweet Charity Girls. Tell me, did we miss anything? Who is Jamie Cavill's character? I have absolutely no idea. Maybe Patrick Page is Daddy Warbucks. Who knows? Please post your theories down below. I'd love to know what y'all think. Thanks. Bye.